Here we are. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. On this Sunday, when we can honor Earth Day and continue to celebrate spring with the Earth's awakening and a few surprises of cooler days thrown in, we gather to honor that our environment, our planet, our land is our partner in this life. That the health of one determines the health of us all. And as we honor and give gratitude for our relationship with the earth and all our creatures, we're grateful to be here together as community to do so. So here we are as spiritual seekers united in community. Welcome to this place, all of you. Welcome to this place of spiritual exploration, of challenge, of expansiveness. Welcome to a community of diversity and acceptance, where all ages and sizes and colors and cultures, all sexualities and genders, all abilities and learning styles, all religions, many or none, are welcome and affirmed. So welcome to this circle where we've invited ourselves to open to compassion, to open to deep wisdom, to open to each other and community, knowing that we're each important. And may we feel that today, because we need to feel it every day, that we're each important, valued, able to live deeply, and make a difference in this world, each of us in our own ways. So welcome to us all. We're going to sing our way into this space and into community to welcome our relationship with the earth and all creatures into our midst, knowing that we celebrate as earth creatures, all of us. Let's sing and celebrate.
Valley, stream, flower, tree, Good morning, everyone. My name is Joanne Van Beek, and I'm the spiritual companion helping out today. Each time that we gather here at SSUC, we pause to acknowledge this very space. This is a practice that we uphold weekly to ensure that we remember our connection to this land and to its original inhabitants. It's a reflection that holds particular significance, I think, today as we observe Earth Week. We gather not only as spiritual seekers united in community at Southminster Steinhauer United Church in Edmonton and in Saskatoon, but also we gather with deep respect for the fact that we are on Treaty 6 territory land. Here we are on the traditional lands of the Cree in this area, and specifically in the southwest area of Edmonton on the lands of the Papa Chase First Nation. Additionally, we recognize that we are in central Alberta, the homeland of our Métis brothers and sisters, and a place where many of our own ancestors chose to settle, or where we ourselves have established our homes, and we are grateful for all of this. In this acknowledgement, we first honor the sacred nature of earth, land, and water. We dedicate ourselves to fostering a healing relationship with the earth and all its people. Daily, we strive for reconciliation and partnership with the first peoples of this land that we call home. May our words and our songs today truly reflect our aspirations, our actions, and our intentions to uphold these commitments. And may we continue to hope and to work for reconciliation and harmony with all of our Treaty 6 relations and this beautiful earth that we call home. Another ritual that we incorporate into our weekly practice here at SSUC is the lighting of our community candle. The same light that shines throughout our universe, in celestial objects both ancient and near, and from the stars that sparked our existence, also glows within each of us. This light calls us to cherish all that is sacred and meaningful, reminding us of our inherent strength and our significance. It connects us to all of life in the cosmos, both human and non-human. May we be reminded today of our noblest aspirations and be inspired to share our gifts of love, compassion, healing, and justice with both humanity and our earth. May this flickering light remind us that we are interconnected in body, spirit, and mystery to the earth, to the universe, to our community, and to one another. Whether you are here in person or joining us virtually, may this light assure you that you are not alone on your journey to embody light and hope for our world. Side note. So, as we begin this process, we want to strengthen our intentions together. And there's no slide. Okay. Guess what? I'm it. But please still strengthen your intentions with me as I read this. I don't know if Chris writes these all the time, but they're always amazing. And I sometimes read them often during the week. Together, we open to the wisdom of earth, the wisdom of stories, the witness of our tradition and experience. May we sense sacredness in ourselves, in each other, and in the wonder of our planet. As we grow more mindful of our connection with all that is, may we shoulder one another's burdens. May we share each other's joys. and help each other live with love, respect, and compassion. As one earth people, let's say together, may it be so, and may it be so.
With technology, one never knows what one will encounter. Our Time for All Ages is a time for us to engage with each other. And today, I welcome anyone to the carpet who wants to come. Today's Time for All Ages is learning a song. Hello, welcome. We're going to learn a song with Sherry Ann's help. We're going to learn to move to this song. And so as we stay seated in our chairs for this song or on the carpet, I'm happy that Sherry Ann is here and to teach us or to remind us of some movements that we can make as we learn and sing this song together. Thanks, Sherry Ann.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit and hope that the camera follows me okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This week we've been celebrating Earth, remarking on Earth Day. And it's a bit like Earth having a birthday, I think. And so there are many ways to show and celebrate Earth. One would be to show our care for Earth. Dara has loaned me this squishy version of Earth. And I find that when I hold it, I realize, oh, I don't want to squish it hard. I want to be caring with it. Would you like to try? You can pass it around. Thank you. One way to show care is to be aware of how we're interacting with it. We can sing to it. And a very dear friend of this community, Carolyn McDade, wanted to show her care for the earth by writing a song, which was what we're going to sing, "Oh Beautiful Gaia." And one way that we have embraced Carolyn's song is to also use our bodies. And so, thanks, Chris. I'd like to refresh our memories. Maybe they're new to you. These are actions that are inspired by American Sign Language, following English syntax. And I thought, well, let's just go through them again. We'll invite everyone to remain seated so that you can all see when we're singing. First, we need to start the song with a letter O. And so one way to think about it is to create O with your one hand. And then the sign and action for beautiful can be to start with your hand near your chin and then opening it right up around your face. Beautiful. And then a way to try to represent Earth, our home, this amazing planet, is to also call it Gaia, another name for our planet. And so we can use the letter G, which would have our thumb and our first finger pointing out, and then rotating around as though it's Earth rotating on its axis or Earth rotating around the sun. The song reminds us that Gaia calls us home. So another sign we can use is to put our hand close to our chin and then bring it around to the side of our face. And in a way, it's representing the idea that home we can eat and sleep. It calls us, so we can use the letter C, calling us home, calling us on. And then Carolyn offers so many ways to think about Gaia. One is like a jewel in the cosmos. And so if we imagine a ring on our finger with an amazing jewel, that's like Earth, Gaia, in the cosmos, ever expanding. Earth also can be known in terms of the trees, in windstorms. I think of our friend Jim Robertson and soil. Soil, the sign action for soil is to pick it up and really marvel at it. So kind of rubbing it between our fingers. And soil yields so much. It gives rise to life. And so many creatures, bacteria, insects, plants, animals, humans, lizards, live. So that's the letter L. And one way to represent lizards is that it's climbing right up. And turtle. Turtle has a body and a shell. And if it chooses to, it might stick its head out. And I think that pretty much covers it. Shall we sing?
Amazing. Thank you, everyone. We are going to continue with an invitation to youth space, to Kids Spirit, back to our seats, wherever we like. And thank you for participating in all of this time with us. Thank you. I have notes somewhere about what's coming up. Can I borrow one of these? Thank you. Excellent. Just a few invitations and announcements of what's coming up in the life of the community. I want to particularly focus on one or two. We have the privilege of hosting the United Church of Canada moderator this coming Saturday, May the 3rd. She's crossing the country to talk in various places about the ways that we help each other and help our broader communities to flourish. And it's one of the ways that we can talk about some of the things that we're doing, some of the things that other folks are doing that are here in this part of the world, and also to hear from Carmen Lansdowne, who is really quite a beautiful and inspirational speaker, and we're privileged to host her here on Saturday. There are still some opportunities to help us to host that day. We need a couple people to do some light duty in the kitchen to make sure that things run smoothly with the snacks that are going to happen and the catered lunch that is going to come in. So just a few folks, if you can help for part of the day or all of the day. There is a sign-up sheet in the foyer, but you can talk to me, you can talk to Marg Hetherington. So thank you for that. We're looking forward to Saturday. Operation Friendship is an agency in downtown Edmonton that focuses on seniors in our city, seniors with various different kinds of needs. Operation Friendship is near and dear to our hearts at SSUC. We were part of its founding many, many years ago, and its support through these many, many years. Every year they have a gala, and we're pleased to say that we will have a presence of a table, of a full table at the gala. So thank you for those of you who bought some tickets. That is really great. It's not too late. You can still attend if you'd like to do that. We also have two people who were very generous and purchased 2 tickets for anyone that would like to go and who either the finances are a barrier or other reasons. If you would like to attend, please talk to me because we've got 2 tickets available, and we'd love to fill that table and not have 2 empty chairs. So please speak to me about that. Dara is going to talk to us about what's coming up immediately following our gathering.
Thank you. Newcomers lunch is immediately after the gathering in the lower level hall. If today's your first day, you've been here a year, maybe even 5 years. If you still feel like you're figuring us out, I'll be near the front door, just directing you where to go if you don't know where the lower level hall is. See you after.
And a message from the Moving Forward Towards Reconciliation Committee. It is no accident that May 5th and May 15th come after Earth Day, Earth Week, because May 15th is the Red Dress Day, when we reflect on, become more aware of the tragedy of women, children, two-spirited, all peoples who go missing and murdered, but most particularly from the Indigenous community. And Moose Hide Day is the day when we think about, okay, what are we going to do about that? Because Moose Hide campaign is all about where do we move forward and how do we find solutions. Therefore, we have moose hide pins here. Just a little piece of square that has a pin on it. You can wear it all year. You can wear it during the campaign month. If you want to just remind yourself and the people around you, there are solutions for moving forward. And Carmen Lansdowne, who you just saw, has written a letter to all members of the United Church of Canada, inviting us to participate in and think upon those 2 special days. Her social activism and her indigeneity have probably been a bit of a prompt for that, but you'll get to know her next week.
Good morning. Well, Earth Day is a good day to talk about Thrifty Treasures Market and Bake Sale. So part of our goal, of course, is sustainability and keeping all of our stuff out of the landfill. So we have 20 more 8 days, and then it's the market. It's coming fast. What do we need to go ahead? We need 29 volunteer positions for the day of the sale and 24 volunteer positions for the week before. So these aren't necessarily individual people, but positions to fill, and many have signed up in the last couple of weeks, so thank you. We have brought our volunteer positions down by over 80 from a couple years ago. So hopefully we'll be able to get the positions that we need to go ahead. Some of the positions that we need, probably my priority would be day of right now if we're having, trouble getting people. So cashiers, floor walkers, wayfinders, sorting and receiving, cleaning up, preparing snacks for volunteers. And how can we help you? I will be in the foyer at the end of church. If you want to sign up with me, if you have questions about donations or anything else, and also be back next week and give you an update about how we're doing with those volunteer positions. Thank you.
Name is Jacob. Ready? Hello. Jacob Kellerman, and I'm supposed to talk about finances, but I'm going to try and keep it very short. At the AGM, we decided that we will report back to you guys on a regular basis on what the performance is, especially as far as M&S is concerned, because there was a discussion on that one. So what we've decided is that we will keep the budget as it is. 33,000 is what we want to pledge for M&S this year. And in the budget, I've divided it in 12 equal parts, I think 2,750 or whatever. And so I can report on the first quarter what our performance is. The first slide there is just to tell you what the story is as far as our budget is concerned. We budgeted to be, at this point, have a deficit of $15,000. And that's because we do the budget on a monthly basis, so we know exactly what the situation is every month throughout the 12 months. So 15,000 is what we budgeted. We always have a slow start at the beginning of the year. The real actual deficit at the moment is 17,000. So we are 2,000 behind. So it's easy to fix, and it will fix. I'm quite sure it will. One of the reasons why it will fix is because we've budgeted for fundraising. Remember, we said that we cannot keep on depending on donations. So we have to concentrate on much more fundraising. So if you listen to Joan, that's probably one of the most important fundraisers that we have in this year. There are 3 big ones. This is the first one. So it's easy. All you have to do is volunteer. And Joan will help you to do whatever we need to do. But this is an important thing. This is where we're going to get money from. Okay, M&S. So for 3 months, 2,750, adds up to 8,250 for the first quarter. Guess what? We've got 8,256. So we've got $6 in the bank already. Wonderful. So if I show you quick slides, it's the same story. Revenue target was 118, actual revenue 103, so we're 17,000 behind. Expenses forecast 133, actual expenses 120, so people are saving us money in the first quarter. So everything is going well, except we have to pick up on the fundraising. So give Joan a kiss and volunteer immediately. And the first slide is just a stupid one telling you that we are on target with M&S. So thank you very much.
Acronyms will kill us. M&S, if you don't know, is the Mission and Service Fund of the United Church of Canada. It's the way we support local projects, national projects, international projects with our partners around the world. So if you're wondering what the heck is that, that's what that is. We have been privileged to hear from a number of people with their stories and with their indications of their connections with the United Church in this, our 100th anniversary of the United Church of Canada. And this morning, we're pleased to welcome Cliff to share with us. Thanks, Cliff.
It's a hard act to follow, finance. But it's an easy assignment, this one. It says, Dale told me that how has the United Church of Canada affected your life, impacted your life? Well, to put it very bluntly, 3 ways, but the first one, I found my wife in a United Church basement. These days, you would say, I discovered my future life partner in the McDougall United Church lower level. And not to quote Pierre Poilievre, but this is change. Just change in language. But it's true. In the 40s, 50s, and 60s, the United Church of Canada had Young People's Union meetings all over the country. Like there were 7, 8, 9, 10 groups in Edmonton. We would have choir festivals. We would have bowling leagues. There was quite very active, and many of you are smiling a little bit because you were in it. Well, I winked at Rosemary and she winked back, and 2 years later we were married, and 2 years after that, the United Church of Canada was looking for educational people, medical people to go overseas to help out at some of the newly emerging African countries who just didn't have enough teachers, enough medical people. So we volunteered, and they accepted us, and they said, where do you want to go? And we said, oh, well, Caribbean or South Pacific, someplace like that. So they said, how about Africa? And all the old stereotypes about how dangerous Africa came to the foreground, but it wasn't that way. It just wasn't that way. So you, through your M&S givings, paid our salaries for 10 years. You didn't pay us much, but you paid us, and it was meaningful. It was a meaningful existence. When we went there, there were 10 teachers in the school that the United Church of Zambia ran, 10 teachers for 360 students. So they welcomed us with open arms, and there were English, American, Australian, there was a Swiss PhD doctor doing science. We had to get used to the African people's ways of living, as well as the English. Oh yes. The poor students, I mean, the word water, there are 10 different ways of saying water. And there is one, water. Water. So you'd hear, with some of us Canadians, you'd hear students walking along past our houses going, water, 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 water. Because they had trouble pronouncing the R's on their words. Anyway, so we went back 3 times. We left in 67, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. In the third time, Rosemary was appointed by the United Church of Canada, and I went along for the ride. Her skills in medical laboratory technology were needed at a Salvation Army mission. So we were seconded to the Salvation Army, and even there I didn't get a chance to do a testimonial like this. Whoa, this is something. But she did that. When they found out I was a high school teacher, of course I got plugged into the high school next door, and I actually had to run the staff store too. So I was in charge of Salvationists' stomachs. She was in charge of hers was the more important thing. She was helping to revive a laboratory assistant training course, and the country was desperately short of medical people. So yes, the United Church of Canada has impacted me in many ways, and since we came back in '83, which is an awful long time ago, well, we've been here ever since. Retired before the century closed, and 25 years of retirement. This church, as one of the United Church of Canada, I would say best examples of progressive Christian churches, has fed us, and besides Jackie and Ernie Boryk's seniors' lunches, I must have eaten 50 of those over the years. How many of those did you make, Jackie? 13 years of seniors' lunches, and helping out with garage sales and fixing chairs and music with Rosemary, and this has fed our soul, and at the same time kept our theological thinking in terms of what is important in life. The United Church philosophy, as the moderator will talk about next week, it feeds us and prevents me from becoming a grumpy old man. But there's one mystery that is still there. No matter how hard I state my intentions or whatever, pray, the golf ball doesn't listen. Thank you.
I'm not sure there's anything more beautiful than music and those pictures. Just absolutely stunning of the earth that we call home. Thank you. Today, our reading is a testimony by Rebecca Baggett. And she has this to tell us. I want to tell you that the world is still beautiful. I tell you that despite children raped on city streets, shot down in schoolrooms, despite the slow poisons seeping from old and hidden sins into our air, soil, water, despite the thinning film that encloses our aching world, despite my own terror and despair. I want you to look again and again, to recognize the tender grasses, curled like a baby's fine hairs around your fingers as a recurring miracle, to see that the river rocks shine like God, that the crisp voices of the orange and gold October leaves are laughing at death. I want you to look beneath the grass, to notice the fragile hieroglyphs of ant, snail, beetle. I want you to understand that you are no more and no less necessary than the brown recluse, the ruby-throated hummingbird, the humpback whale, the profligate mimosa. I want you to say, like Neruda, that I am waiting for a great and common tenderness, that I still believe that we are capable of attention, that anyone who notices the world must want to save it. Together, these are the words of a contemporary poet and author. May we find wisdom for our living.
This is our opportunity to have an open time of sharing with each other our prayers, our intentions, our fears, our hopes for the earth, and also each other, since we are a part of nature and part of this planet. Those things that are weighing heavily on your hearts and on your minds, those things that bring you joy and elation about where you live or the life you're living. All of this is sacred, and all of it is worth sharing. So if you have a brief sharing to offer this morning about the earth or each other, I invite you to come to the microphone and share that. We will respond to each prayer as we always do. If you remember to say in this sharing, or even if you don't, we will reply with the words, "May love abound." Those of you at home today watching live, you're welcome to participate as well. Please text your thoughts, your prayer, your intention to our text number, and we'll read them aloud. That applies for those of you in the room as well. Sometimes we just don't want to get up and speak in front of a microphone. Text that to us, we'll share with you. So here is this spacious time of sharing with each other the important and sacred contents of our hearts.
Never one to be a wilting violet. This morning on my way here, and it actually almost made me late, I listened to a lovely Anishinaabe lady by the name of Leanne, and then her indigenous name that I didn't catch, and Simpson. She has recently written her latest book called The Theory of Water. And one of the things that she said was, let's all be mindful that when snowflakes fall from the sky, their first instinct is to join with other snowflakes wherever they land for interconnectedness. So it's a statement of our Earth that the most important thing is interconnectedness and water. They talked about the boil water advisory, and although they're making great strides across Canada, there are still, I think it's 27, they didn't mention on that, but I'd been listening to it before, about 27 boil water advisories still to be released in Canada, and it's a travesty. And I just wanted to make that comment that we can do better.
In this sharing, may love abound.
Good morning. We currently have a son-in-law in the Mazankowski cardiac intensive care. He's a young man with Marfan's syndrome, and they anticipate that they're going to have to do some surgery. He already had one of those surgeries when he was 18, and he's about to have another one. We just don't know when. So, in this sharing,
I am going to be moving into assisted living on May the 28th. I invite those of you in this congregation who have gardens, please come and get my lilies, my daffodils, my drumstick primroses, my wild primroses. I don't want to leave them there because I'm one of 2 people in 72 units who have a garden in this complex. And usually people move into condominiums to give up a lot of outside yard work and whatever. So I expect that my flower bed frames will be pulled out and the whole thing will be converted to grass. So I would like you to come and love my plants the way I have for the last 45 years. In this sharing,
As some of you may know, my husband and I have been farming east of Leduc for over 40 years. Now, in January, we sold our farm, and we're moving to town. That's a big deal for us. And have bought a small bungalow that we're renovating, and we'll move at the end of the year. But it's been a journey to sell property. And I get pretty attached to the land, I always have. And so now we've sold it. But I remember so clearly a message Nancy gave once and said, we don't actually own the land. Isn't that so true? And I've reflected on that often. We've had the privilege of being there for over 40 years, but we can't own it. How can you own the land? So we're just holding it, we're caretaking it. And so we've had the privilege of caretaking and owning this land, this beautiful piece of property, for over 40 years. And now the next people, we pass it on and they will hold it as well. So just been reflecting on that and thought I would just share that in this sharing.
Within the last few months, Joyce and I have had the privilege of welcoming 3 great-granddaughters. And it has been a rich experience to see not just the next generation or the next generation, but the next generation emerging. And it gives one great hope in this sharing. May love abound.
I'm going to be honest, I forget what the prompt was, but I feel like what I'm going to share, it's like a kind of open-ended. What I'm going to share has to do with Earth Day, Earth Week. Well, I think so. I was just at a grief walk on Friday, and that was really healing. It was at the Mill Creek Ravine, and something we did all together was we talked about how a lot of us, we've heard of hugging a tree and, like showing nature that we love it. But we were told to let the tree hug us. And it was really nice. All of us just picked a tree to lean up against. And we were encouraged to talk to the tree and just feel held. And so I wanted to share that. In the sharing, may love abound.
Good morning. I want to share the beauty of our country. About 13 years ago, I took my grandchildren on the train from Edmonton to Toronto. And it was the most beautiful trip. We really do live in a beautiful country. And if you've never taken the train, it's expensive, I will admit, but it's worth the trip. And so I enjoyed it so much. I'm taking my husband this summer, and we're going. And the nice thing, you maybe don't know, because we can't do upper berth. I'm past that stage in my life. But you can get, you take 2, like a double room, and they take the wall out. So you have an adjoining room, so we both have bottom bunks. We both have our own bathrooms. Like, it's going to be wonderful. But you know what? It just makes you appreciate our beautiful, beautiful country. I want to share that. Thank you.
On a similar sharing, my granddaughter came to me, phoned me last year on my birthday and said, "Nana, can we travel together?" And I said, "Of course. Where do you want to go?" And I thought she'd say France because she's totally bilingual, but she said Spain. Okay, let's go to Spain. Let's plan it. So on Monday, I fly to Ontario to catch up with her. And on next Wednesday, we're flying to Amsterdam for 5 nights. Then we're flying to Barcelona for 5 nights. Then we're flying to Nice for 4 nights. And then back to Toronto for the long weekend. But she's 18, and it'll be awesome. So I just wanted to share that worldwide travel that we're going to be doing on this beautiful earth. And I love Canada as well. I've driven across it many times. So anyway, in this sharing.
This comes to us from Curtis. I'm intensely grateful for the many fellow creatures I encounter daily as I walk along the Black and White Mud Creek ravines, including yesterday a porcupine and the season's first red-winged blackbird. In this sharing. And I will share 2 things. The first, both of them places where grief infects our living and place on this earth. One is for our fellow companions that are of the Catholic faith who are grieving their Pope, and for the many positive and progressive aspects that he brought to the world. We grieve the end of that leader and leadership. And the second, for the events yesterday in Vancouver that just represent an act of violence and tragedy that one can drive a car through a crowd of people, and we hear these stories before. They are not new stories, and we don't want them to continue. But these events and these acts of violence, they remind us that we as humans do a lot of destruction. So for the healing of all involved, and all who grieve, and all who struggle in this sharing, this is from a person named Cain. This is my first time at a church since I've began my spiritual healing journey as a two-spirit Nahiyah. And this church seems so welcoming and lovely, and I'm so grateful and happy to be here in this sharing.
There are many ways that I love this planet. When I first came to Canada, we took the train all across Canada, and I loved it. And I loved what happened here for me, all the wonderful things. And now I'm at Chartwell, and every day I go for a wonderful walk around the pond, and I have the geese there, and the ducks, and all the little birds that chirp. And I stop and I look at all the wildlife around me, the birds and the chipmunks and the muskrats, and I think what a wonderful place this is.
A few weeks back, my son Sean and his partner Jacob went to Jasper Pride, and that was his first time since the fire there. And he sent me a picture from Athabasca Falls, which our family hiked many, many times. And he texted, "Mom, it's not good. It's really sad. Everything's gone here." And he sent me a picture of just the water, not the missing trees or anything burnt. And I'm going in May with my friend Raylene for a night, because her family, they usually go May long weekend every Jasper long weekend, and they can't go in May because the place where they all go, the lodge, it burnt down. So they're going to Saskatchewan instead for a family reunion. But I don't know, we lost Jasper last year, and that devastates me, and it devastates Sean. So I don't know, let's just appreciate our land and try not to have fires and try and push for people to protect our trees and our land, because we lost a lot last year, and it makes my family sad. In this sharing,
Just a brief thought as we conclude this morning. This comes from the book Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Even a wounded world is feeding us. Even a wounded world holds us, giving us moments of wonder and joy. I choose joy over despair. Not because I have my head in the sand, but because joy is what the earth gives me daily, and I must return the gift. I think we've shared this morning that there is much to lament about our relationship with the earth, but also much to celebrate. There are places where our capitalist need to grow and to produce and to use diminishes nature. And we can lament the wounded world, but it is still feeding us after all. It is still holding us after all. It is still giving us moments of wonder and joy after all. So our work is to acknowledge that pain and that woundedness, but to choose the joy. Because that is what the earth gives us, and we must return it as gift. And so I conclude with a call to action. There are many calls to action around the earth, but this one is specific. SSUC is an Earth Charter community. In the mid-2000s, this community was energized and active in living out commitments around how we want to live our lives as spiritual community. It was part of our affirming commitment at that time. It was part of building this wonderful structure that we and the broader community can use to build community. And when this place was only a few years old, we were introduced to the concept of Earth Charter communities, the idea of committing to a framework that not only aligned with SSUC's values, but that could guide us into what it means to care for the land, to care for a building, to care for each other. The Earth Charter is centrally concerned with the sustainable ways of living. But ecological integrity is only one major theme of the Earth Charter. The Charter recognizes that there are a number of things all tied together that can't really be seen in isolation. Yes, ecological protection, but also the eradication of poverty, equitable economic development, respect for human rights, democracy, peace. They are all interdependent and indivisible. So if we place all of that alongside our SSUC values like love and justice and compassion, respect, integrity, creativity, and many, many more, you can see why we would be interested in aligning with such a global movement. The question arises, have we done all we can to live out the values as an Earth Charter community? Is it time now, again, for those interested and passionate around all of those issues that focus around our Earth and how we treat it and each other? Is it time to reconnect around those values? To start thinking about how we can use that framework as a way to be community with each other. How some of those ideas and thinking might return the gift of joy that our earth gives us back within the actions of our community. So this is an invitation. The Outreach Committee has identified this as one of the ways that we can start engaging again with that which is so important to us. So if that strikes you as something you want to learn more about, if knowing about these pillars or petals of the Earth Charter are intriguing to you, and how we might live that out as a spiritual community, this is an invitation to be part perhaps of a new wave. It's been 25 years. Maybe it's time for a new wave of learning about what this could mean for us, a new wave of advocacy to strengthen SSUC as an Earth Charter community. There's a sheet on the table outside to just write your name and say, I'm interested to learn more. I'd like to have conversations about this. And that's our call, is for us to think and rethink and wonder about how we can impact this world and this earth for the better, because we ask that every day, every Sunday, don't we? And so this is our way to give a gift to the earth again, in having new conversations about our care for it and returning the gift. Would you join me in strengthening our intentions? Cliff, no golf balls, but the giant blue and white golf ball is where we're at. Let's strengthen our intentions for the earth. Would you please respond to these phrases with the words you see there? We join with the earth and with each other. To bring new life to the land, to restore the waters, to refresh the air. We join with the earth and with each other. To renew the forests, to care for the plants, to protect the creatures. We join with the earth and with each other. To celebrate the seas, to rejoice in the sunlight, to sing the song of the stars. We join with the earth and with each other. To recall our destiny, to renew our spirits, to reinvigorate our bodies. We join with the earth and with each other. To use resources wisely, to balance life's systems, to honor the land and her people. We join with the earth and with each other. To build compassionate human community, to heal others and ourselves, to promote justice and peace. We join with the earth and with each other. To remember our ancestors, to plan for our children. We join with